to Primetime Wrestling. I'm your host, Marty Speedman, and I'm coming to you live from the Ghost Bar in downtown Farmingdale, New York. Now, we have quite a show for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have some updates on new individuals that have joined the tournament. We have some updates on the controversy that have been building within the tournament. Some new updates as well on new people joining the corporation. We're going to be covering all of this and more tonight on Primetime Wrestling! Now, we have had a lot of craziness go down since the last time that we've spoken. We actually had two more individuals join our tournaments. If you haven't been following our Facebook page, let me explain to you what you've been missing. The latest entrant into the tournament is none other than the walking condominium, King Kong Bundy. Now, Bundy, you may remember him as headlining WrestleMania 2 in the steel cage match against Hulk Hogan. The man is a beast, to say the least. Now, he's going to be representing one of our private practitioners, one of our favorites, actually. He's a fan favorite, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Michael Laughter. Yes, Laughter's going to be joining the tournament with King Kong Bundy, which in my opinion, as of right now, has to be the fan favorite, just merely on size alone. I mean, the man could probably dominate everyone he comes into contact with. Now, other than that, Laughter has personally promised a victory this time. He came in third place in the last Royal Rumble Invitational. If you remember, he picked a lot of big guys in there as well. One in particular that almost won, Andre the Giant. Now, there's no question, Laughter is a fan of the big man. But speaking of big men, sorry, I got tongue-tied there for a second. Speaking of big men, JBL made his prediction for the tournament and made his entrant for the tournament. And that's none other than the big man, the refrigerator, William Perry. Now, the fridge is no stranger to WrestleMania matches, making his debut also at WrestleMania 2, which is pretty wild. And, you know, nobody really emphasizes the factor that William Perry is out of the box. I mean, that's not someone that you really can prep for. You want to talk about, hardcore and hard hitting. The man spent years in the NFL, and now he's coming over and joining our tournament. You know, that right there may be a game changer if you're asking me. I mean, if anybody can take out King Kong Bundy, it's going to be the Fridge. But they may not even face each other. See, that's the beauty of the tournament, because it all comes down to the luck of the draw, ladies and gentlemen. And if you get a first blood match, or if you get a last man standing match, it doesn't matter what happens. You have to put that man down, not for a 3 count. You have to put him down until he can't get up anymore. That's what this tournament is all about, taking things to the extreme. And once you do that in the first round, you have to do it all over again in the Elimination Chamber match. That's why we love this tournament, because these are going to be the most extreme matches that we've ever witnessed. You know, the corporation put this together, and I think they did it simply because of all the accusations that were being tossed their way. Now, speaking of the corporation, there have been a lot of changes going on ever since the accusations have been flying. We've had new representation brought forth. We've had individuals that have been stepping up. President Jack Tunney making statements. The chairman of the board, Eric Bischoff, going on the record saying that he will make sure that everything is on the up and up. But today, ladies and gentlemen, actually this morning to be precise, we just got a bombshell of announcement. We were just told that there is a new human relations coordinator of the corporation. And his name is Michael Gary Scott. Mr. Michael Scott had a lot to say. So, I had to do what I had to do, and I had a one-on-one interview with Mr. Scott. Let's go to the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Marty Speedman, and in just a few moments, we're going to be doing a video conference call with the brand new Human Relations Coordinator for the corporation, Mr. Michael Scott. We're ready once you are, Michael.
This is Kevin's friend, Michael.
You're coming in a little blurry, Michael, but we do have a few questions for you. We'll move forward. How do you feel about all of the controversy going on within the corporation? I mean, you guys clearly are not liked, and I want to know how that makes you feel.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked. Like, I need to be praised.
Wow, well, that's incredibly interesting. But Michael, maybe you can give us a little more of an insight as to what makes you qualified for your position. I mean, we don't really know much about you.
I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit somebody with my car. So silly.
Well, I have to say, that's quite disturbing, actually, Michael. But, you know, all this information that you're giving us, you know, it's starting to make us believe that possibly that the corporation may not be on the up and up. We cannot, you know, say the corporation is 100% after speaking with you.
You gotta understand that I don't come up with this stuff. I just forward it along. You wouldn't arrest a guy who's just delivering drugs from one guy to another.
Well, Michael, do you have anything that you would like to go and say to the other participants in the tournament?
You know what they say. Fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike three.
Well, Michael, it has been incredibly interesting. I think you've given all of us a lot to process. And we will see you hopefully next week at the Lethal Lottery picking. Thank you, Michael Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, this is starting to actually concern me a little bit after that interview with Michael Scott, because I don't know if they're 100%. Michael Scott did not seem up to par from what I expect from the corporation. But then again, the corporation has always been one to think outside the box. And who knows what they have up their sleeve. We've had a lot of revelations actually here tonight. But for a brief moment, I'd like us to slow down a little bit and take a look and behold what it's all about. The Big Four Trophy, ladies and gentlemen. Bask in the glory. The Big Four Trophy, ladies and gentlemen, established in 2017. It had become a staple within the tournaments that we've been creating. Now, only two names bear upon the Big Four Trophy, and that's Team Mama Juju Boo Boo, who conclusively won the Survivor Series Tournament of Champions, and the 2018 Royal Rumble Invitational winners, the Bullet Club. Now, the Big Four Trophy represent the four big pay-per-views of the year. Now, those pay-per-views are as follows: Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam. Now, whose name will bear next? Wow, that Big Four Trophy, it's breathtaking, to say the least. And I'll say this, I mean, we've had a lot of, animosity come forth in this tournament. And it brings to me the thought of WrestleMania's past. And all of the drama and build-up that goes into WrestleMania. I mean, we're having people come forward and do promos we've never even heard from before. And I mean, we've had individuals such as Michael Thomas and Michael Lafker and La Parka step forward. We've had even Michael Thomas' friend, who I don't know who he is, but he looked like he's been in at least one or two hardcore matches before. I mean, we're having people come out of the woodwork here. And then on top of that, we have the good old Bullet Club stepping up. They're taking all comers and they're saying that after this tournament, they're going to prove why they are the best. and why they are simply too sweet. Well, all that I know is that next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing the Lethal Lottery to see who's going to be facing who and in what match. Well, there's a lot to be had, and I will say this, we're going to also have next week a one-on-one interview with the owner of the company himself, Anthony Rossi. It's going to be really interesting to go hear his point of view. Well, y'all stay tuned to see what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But until next time, this is Marty Speedman saying to you, we love you, we appreciate what you do for us, and we appreciate you watching. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.